For a long time, many years ago, I went through these cycles growing my business. Things would be going really, really well. Things would be booming. Things would be growing. Then all of a sudden it would turn on a dime and things would be going bad. It felt like everything around me was just crashing down. And in those moments, what I would always do was turn to God. I would open my Bible. I would get on my knees and pray. I would spend lots and lots of time in worship. And one verse that I kept getting pulled back to over and over again was Matthew 6:33. Seek first the kingdom of God and the rest will be established. And after that, everything always worked out. Everything ended up okay. Things would start moving again. The business would start growing again. I would get super, super busy, obviously dealing with all of the new clients and everything else that was coming in. And then it would happen again. And I went through that cycle for about 2 years, not really understanding why. I just couldn't put it together. And I remember spending a lot of time in thought, a lot of time analyzing what changed, what's different, what triggers these downturns, these times of struggle. Where are they coming from? And that's when it hit me. That's when I realized that the times of struggle only appeared when my relationship with God was suffering. I realized that I only really read the word. I only really prayed consistently. I only built my relationship or had a relationship with God when times were bad, when I was struggling and I needed him to pull through for me. I've heard the saying over and over again, sometimes you only look up when you're laying on your back. And that was me. I would, be struggling, dedicate tons and tons of time to my relationship with God. And then as soon as that struggle, as soon as I got through that obstacle, that hurdle, and life became busy again, focusing on my fitness again, focusing on my business, what was the first thing to go in my life? It was always the relationship I had with God. That was the first thing I always sacrificed. If I had a busy schedule, if I had a busy day and I was running behind, the first thing that would go was anything I would be doing for the Lord. That would be the first thing extra in my schedule to fit everything else in. It wasn't until I really started to analyze and ask myself, what is the first thing to go whenever I got busy? When I really looked at that, when I really analyzed that and started to prioritize what mattered, that's when I started to win and win and win, and things got way more consistent. If you think about just building a relationship with anyone, how would that person feel, or how strong would that relationship really be if you only turned to them, only ever talked to them, only reached out or made any kind of connection when you needed something from them? Is that a genuine relationship? I was using God. But once I stopped that and focused solely on building a real relationship, and when things got busy, because life is always going to get busy. When things got busy, when blessings started to pour out, I made sure to still prioritize that relationship. Don't sacrifice it for the busyness that comes up. And some people might look at it as a bad thing. Like, why would things go wrong just because you're not spending time with God? Why would that happen? At least in my opinion, I think that whatever blessings, whatever's going on in your life, it's not worth losing that relationship you have with God. And at the end of the day, he is more than willing to take anything away if it means keeping a relationship with you. We're all going to die one day anyways, and most of the things we're chasing is just vanity. So at the end of the day, you have to be able to prioritize what's most important. And my life got way better when I learned to do that. I don't know if any of you guys struggled with this in the past. I don't know if this is helpful for any of you, but if you're in a situation or you just have seen consistently in your life that there's these huge swings, these big up and downs, sometimes, at least for me, it was caused by my up and downs and my big swings with my relationship with God. And once I fixed that, once that became more consistent, everything else in my life did also. Not that there's no bad times and not that there's, only good times, but it's not these massive swings. And when the bad times do happen, they're short and easy to get through because I know exactly what to do. And I know exactly where to put my trust and my faith and all of the stress and anxiety that comes up when something does happen. I'll leave it there for this one. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If that does help you, leave a comment, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.